that fast, I would have placed a bloody bet. Now, how are you getting on, Roger? Yes, good old Roger. His name comes from the ancient...
Sorry for that intro. We were recording the rest of this gameplay, and that was pretty freaking funny. But as the title of this video suggests, I was going to talk about the Justice League movie. Specifically more about the trailer that just dropped, and I'm going to try and not put any video from it because I just don't want to deal with copyright. Nothing. I could it'd be funny if I thought I could put this with this gameplay, because this gameplay is absolute crap. It was late at night. Me and Eli both just, oh gosh, it was just a bad game. We were getting wrecked. I mean, we still won technically on this map, but it was after the 3rd battalion, I think, and so it was just garbage. I was getting murked. I feel like half the clips I put in here are just funny ones of me getting murked. And I kind of thought it'd be funny if that went along with talking about DC, which is very much movie series, especially the DC Cinematic Universe, that kind of gets a lot of trash. So I thought hand in hand, even though, well, I guess my thoughts are kind of mixed on it being trash or not. But anyway, Justice League. The new trailer dropped after getting hints about it Thursday, I believe, with solo clips from each of the new Justice League members and saying, unite the League, whatever. New video coming Saturday. Finally dropped. And not gonna lie, it actually put a lot more faith in me about the movie. I mean, call me crazy, but I laughed. It was a funny scene there. I laughed. It was freaking funny. So I thought I could go over it before I start this video, which I did. And I went over and saw some things that I thought would be worth mentioning. Let's just go with the elephant in the room first. Henry Cavill, Clark Kent, Superman. As we all know, spoiler alert, he's dead. But we all know he's coming into the movie. So it seems like he must have a flashback, or he must maybe get a special revive at the end of the film. But at least in the most recent trailer, there's nothing for him. But you can see Lois Lane clear as day in the trailer, looking awestruck. I don't know what else to put it. She just looks like she's deer in headlights kind of thing. I mean, obviously you got big clips of Batman, Arthur Curry, or Aquaman, Barry Allen. You even got Mira, played by Amber Heard, which was kind of a cool, like, 2-second kind of thing, in the ocean. The wife of Aquaman, I should mention. A lot of Wonder Woman stuff in there. It just really cool. I mean, there was Martha Kent, I believe, was in there for a couple seconds. I saw what I thought was Alfred for a second. You got a couple seconds of J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon. Pretty dope. And that's where I actually laughed in the trailer, where Aquaman's like just a dude in a bat. I dig it. That's freaking funny, and that just makes me happy that already there's like one-liners against each other in the film. Like, that breathes a sigh of relief into me about the movie. And as I said, though, that it's kind of mixed opinions. I thought it'd be funny, well, at least interesting, not necessarily funny, to look up Batman vs. Superman, because obviously the last film, a lot of people think, didn't go up to standards, and, well, God, I looked at this right before I started this video, and it's freaking hilarious. So I was looking up Batman vs. Superman at Box Office Mojo, and I was like, I wonder how it did. You know, and it did 12 all-time in terms of the superhero genre. I mean, it got beat up by The Avengers, The Dark Knight, Avengers Age of Ultron, Dark Knight Rises, Iron Man 3, Civil War, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Deadpool, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Not in that order, I kind of just read it off how I pleased. Obviously, you're going to get toasted by The Avengers. That was just massive, the first one of its kind. And, you know, you got beat by The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. That's fine by me. I mean, and it should be for the studio directors, maybe not be looking if you look at the budget of the BvS. But, I mean, it's not too bad that, you know, you have 2 in the top 10. A lot of Marvel, though, and a lot of standalone. So I was curious that I looked up Batman vs. Superman just in general. And I was like, I'm curious, like, what if it did better in, like, different type of things? Because in Box Office Mojo, you got different charts, like foreign opening weekends, single day, Friday gross. It goes into the nitty-gritty details. non-opening Tuesday gross. It just lists all these categories and lists it up against movies sometimes I never even heard of or forgot existed. And like one right here, most weekends at #1 non-consecutive. Like, what the shit? E.T. has that title with 16. I don't even know. Batman vs Superman on that list, 206. You know, what are the odds? But I was looking through this. This is really funny. This is what really made me want to do a video, because I was kind of debating on it. Because, you know, I'm not so great at doing stuff like this, but fucking... I'm sorry, drop the F-bomb there. I was trying really not to curse, but this is hilarious. So I looked up opening weekends for March and for spring, and I go in there, and I was thinking, you know, I remember seeing, you know, Zootopia, Hunger Games, and other movies like that came in this category, so I was like, maybe it won't be #1. It could be in the top 5 easily. And then I looked and I saw it was #2 in front of the Hunger Games by like 10 million. So I was like, that's pretty cool, because the Hunger Game has a big cult following.
Yeah.
But freaking #1, and it's still in the theaters, and I believe it could still actually add to this total, is Beauty and the Beast, the live action that came out this year. It has almost $10 million more, with, you know, the chances to get like 20 million, 15 million more than BvS did. What the actual fudge, DC? You're getting beat out by CGI Bear Lion Ram, I don't know, and Emma Watson, which I guess fair enough, you're trying to beat Emma Watson, but at the same time you got Ben freaking Affleck as Batman, so it's kind of like, you know, but my gosh, you get beat out to Beauty and the Beast. Oh god. And so that's really what I just wanted to talk about, because that's just funny. I don't care who you are, that shit's hilarious. But in terms of Justice League movie, it just took away some of my fears about it, because it was good. The ending scene where Aquaman's riding on the Batmobile and he's like, woo! And then he jumps off into the wild abyss of enemies and whatnot. That shit's cool. Like, the fact that Aquaman's... Well, I guess they obviously had to make Aquaman BA because everyone makes fun of him all the time. But you made him look like fun and not overtly trying to be like super BA. He's a fun badass. And I think that doesn't hurt them as necessarily as much as just him trying to be as tough as all get out when, you know, he's still Aquaman, you know. Made it seem like he could jump really high, superpowers, etc. So maybe they amped up a little bit more than the comics ever gave him, or, you know, like the DC Superhero Friend show. What else was in there? There was a lot of good stuff in there. You got the Cyborg appearance. It was kind of weird because he got like a mask on that kind of reminded me of Deadshot from Suicide Squad, with the one red eye on one side of his face and the other face covered up. Well, his whole face covered up, but the right eye covered up. Kind of weird. But also showed his father and the technology that actually created the cyborg suit, which is also the technology that brings Doomsday. No, sorry, Darkseid, Jeebus. Sorry, Darkseid into the DC world. And so it kind of gives away the plot, even though we all kind of knew it from the BvS scenes with Darkseid's Omega sign in the desert, I believe, from Batman vs Superman, when Batman's having that lucid dream. There's a little bit of old footage in the trailer with the Flash catching the Batarang and being like, whoa, you're the Batman. And there's also the scene where Aquaman's still going. But anyway, freaking Batman vs Superman, LOL, and then Justice League, holy crap, I have faith.